Good afternoon and welcome, one and all. You are looking live at the Hard Rock Hotel Riviera Maya. This is the 2016 Cancun Challenge. My name is Thomas Hoffman, and it is the second game, in fact, of the 2016 Challenge. Idaho State and Eastern Kentucky. Idaho State out of the Big Sky Conference. They finished last year with a 16-15 overall mark and a Big Sky mark of 11-7. It was the first winning record in conference play for the Bengals since 2008. Head coach Bill Evans will get his star point guard back. That's Ethan Telfair, who will not play tonight but is back for the 2016 campaign for Idaho State. The Big Sky Newcomer of the Year, ranked top 2 in the conference in 9 statistical categories, including points per game, steals, and assists per game. Evans returns 10 additional players to the 2016-17 roster. The Bengals also signed graduate transfer Hayes Garrity, who won the WAC regular season title at Utah Valley, and Lyle Sutton, who averaged better than 17 points a game and earned all-district honors at his high school in Idaho. Eastern Kentucky and head coach Dan McHale finished with an overall record of 15-16 last year. The Colonels had top marks in the Ohio Valley Conference in both three-point field goal percentage at just under 40% and overall field goal percentage at 49.3%. EKU welcomes back 2 starters, Isaac McGlone and sophomore Nick Mayo. McGlone committed just 3 turnovers in the Colonels' last 17 games last season. He will not cough up the rock tonight. That's something we'll have to look out and see. Starters are just about to be announced as we were underway earlier in a game with Georgia State and the New Jersey Institute of Technology. Georgia State got the better of the Highlanders in that matchup, so they will advance to the finals of the division tomorrow, pending the winner of this game between the Bengals and the Colonels. Starters for Idaho State right now at guard, number 1, Gino Luscando. Number 13, Novak Topolovic. Number 15, Brandon Boyd. Number 24, Stephen Lennox. And number 25, Gary Chavichin. For the Colonels, it will be number 2, the guard, Asante Gist. Isaac McGlone, number 5, that's senior guard. Nick Mayo, number 10. Jalen Bab Harrison, number 11, and number 12, Zach Charles. So as we get set here for the second game of the 2016 Cancun Challenge between the Bengals and the Colonels of Eastern Kentucky. This is, in fact, one of the first years that all 8 men's teams competing in the Cancun Challenge make their first appearance down here at the Riviera Maya. 3 teams last year finished in the postseason, including the Purdue Boilermakers, who we'll see later tonight on the CBS Sport Network. Thad Anderson and Doug Gottlieb with the call in that one as we move forward. Of course, Texas Tech and Auburn to precede that matchup, also on the CBS Sports Network. What a fabulous atmosphere we have here this afternoon. It's another great day here in the Riviera Maya. The 2016 Cancun Challenge, Idaho State faithful giving a round of applause as the starters are announced. We had the national anthem early this morning, do it once per session, so we'll move straight along into the tip as we get this one going. 20 minutes on the clock. Idaho State will be in their road orange, a bright orange, I may add, with black trim. Eastern Kentucky in their home white with maroon trim. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hard Rock Hotel Riviera Maya. Thomas Hoffman with you on this call as the Bengals take on the Colonels of Eastern Kentucky. A little mid-major matchup between the Ohio Valley Conference and the Big Sky Conference. Gist, one of the many freshmen on this team being announced, he's out of East Orange, New Jersey. Very, very young team for this Dan McHale squad. I'm sure he's eager to see what he can get out of his players this afternoon. As they say, you cannot manufacture game experience. And we're about set here in Cancun. Another matchup, second of 4 today. Eastern Kentucky and Idaho State. Starters are set. Teams almost ready. Coaches giving their last instructions to their squad. Dan McHale for Eastern Kentucky. And, of course, Bill Evans in his 5th season, 40 and 79 overall in Pocatello. As we get set for the jump ball, new court this year for the Cancun Challenge. Looks bright and shiny. Nice parquet addition. Coming to you live here from Cancun. Players are ready. It will be Topolovic and Adams to take the tip. The Colonels win it. And it is Gist to set up the offense for Eastern Kentucky. Gist flips it over to Harrison. Harrison back to Gist. Gist at the top of the screen. Goes to the wing. Now Gist back again. Gist guarded closely by Luscando. Flips near side. It's Harrison. Bab Harrison back with it on the wing. Now flipped across. Harrison fires up a 3. That one looks off and is. And the rebound to Steven Lennox. Lennox pushes up to Boyd. Boyd on the far side wing. Boyd guarded by Gist. Boyd stops his dribble. They enter the low post. And Lennox turns inside and back out, but travels with the basketball first. It'll be a turnover for Idaho State. First turnover of the game for either ball club. Still 0-0 here. Just about 40 seconds gone in the first half. Gist will bring it up the floor for the Colonels. Gist gets it to McGlone. Now flips across Charles. Charles now to Bab Harrison. At the top, Charles McGlone with it. Gist now to the corner. Bab Harrison fires up a 3. That one is good. And the Colonels lead here in the early going 3-0. Back comes Idaho State and Boyd. Boyd with it at the top of the key. Guarded closely by Gist. Dribbles to his left. Now fires back to his right. It's Chavichin now to the low block. And Luscando. Luscando on the baseline. Flips it, and it's stolen away by the Colonels. Back comes Bab Harrison. Bab Harrison coast to coast for the 2-point bucket. 5-0 now. The Colonels lead it 18:34, and the clock working for Idaho State. Boyd comes near side, drops it off. Tipped away by Gist, but the coach is happy with the active hands on defense. As we get our first momentary break. 5-0 run to start this one for Eastern Kentucky. As maybe some issues with the clock. Scoreboard had it 3-2. Of course, it should be 5-0. Everything is corrected now. It will be Lennox to inbound for Idaho State here on the near side, about 30 feet out from the basket. We get things playing up again. Officials are set, and now we're back and ready to play. Boyd with it. Boyd brings it across the timeline, right across the Cancun Challenge logo. Flips it far side to Luscando. Luscando at the wing, gets it up to Lennox. Lennox looking far side, gets it across back to Boyd. Boyd to Lennox. Now Luscando driving baseline, kicks out to Chavichin. Chavichin fires up a 3. That one is long, and the rebound to Charles. Charles pushes up to Gist. Now Bab Harrison on the near side wing. Flicks back out to Mayo. Mayo guarded closely, almost has it stolen away, but Gist will bring it back. And now we're going to get the shot clock did reset. It should not have. So 17 seconds on the shot clock for Eastern Kentucky. McGlone to inbound. Fires it to Gist, and Gist will set up shop for the Colonels. Guarded closely by Luscando. It's tipped away. Luscando wanted the tip back on Gist, but it will stay Eastern Kentucky basketball. 12 seconds on the clock, 17:45 left here first half. Here's Gist. Gist gets the screen from Mayo. Flips it to Bab Harrison. Back to Gist at the top of the key. Inside, has it kicked away. Will be kicked ball. That will reset the shot clock to 15 seconds now. 17:38 left to play here, first half. Colonels up 5-0. Thanks in large part to Bab Harrison. Here's Mayo. Mayo, Charles. Now Bab Harrison, Gist in the corner. Gist back to Bab Harrison, who fires up a deep three. That one is long. The rebound tipped around and out of bounds. It will be Idaho State basketball. So a chance to combat this 5-point lead. Bengals have not scored here in the opening 2 minutes and 34 seconds. Boyd will bring it across. Boyd, guarded by Gist, flips it to Chavichin. Chavichin over to Luscando. Luscando gets the screen from Lennox. It's tipped away. Defense stifling here for the Colonels early. Here's a 2-point basket by Chavichin. That one is well off, and the rebound to Eastern Kentucky as McGlone pushes up forward. Now Bab Harrison in the corner. Idaho State flips into that 2-3 zone as Bab Harrison with it on the wing. Back up top to McGlone. Over to Gist. Now in the corner. Before anything happened, Charles traveled with it, and it'll be a turnover back going to Idaho State's direction. We're going to get our first sub of the game. Idaho State will bring it in. It's number 5. That is Blint Mochin, from Budapest, Hungary. The 6'3 freshman guard. Little international flavor here. So here is Mochin. Mochin, guarded by Charles, loses the ball. Mochin dribbling inside, down to the block. Has it stolen away by McGlone, and back come the Colonels. Here's Gist. Gist trying to go up the floor, and it'll be an offensive foul on Eastern Kentucky. Gist can't believe it, but another turnover for the Colonels. 16:23 left to play here, first half. Eastern Kentucky still on top, 5-0. As Mochin will inbound and bring it back is Boyd. Boyd calling out the plays for his Idaho State team. Here's Gist. Guarding Boyd. They flip. Chavichin. Far side now. Luscando fires up a 3. That one is good. First points of the afternoon for Idaho State come from Luscando, and it's 5-3 now. Eastern Kentucky back with it. Charles up top. Now Bab Harrison. Now to Mayo. Mayo fakes the 3. Lows inside to Charles. Puts it home with the slam. A great find there from Nick Mayo to Charles. 7-3 now, Eastern Kentucky. 15:45 and the clock working for Boyd in Idaho State. Get it over to Mochin. Mochin has it tipped away by Bab Harrison, and he's all alone. Bab Harrison waits, misses the layup, but he is fouled, and he will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul there is going to be against Mochin, but with 15:33, we'll take our first media break here as Eastern Kentucky leads it 7-3 here in Cancun. Ladies and gentlemen, with 3 decades of experience in producing only the best in the world of destination events, Triple Crown Sports wants to help you and your family get the most out of your investment in youth athletics. Whether it's giving young players a chance to compete against teams from around the country or giving older athletes a chance to hone their skills for the college game, we have the tournaments your family will never forget. Check out TripleCrownSports.com. Welcome back here to Cancun as it's Eastern Kentucky and Idaho State in the second matchup of the day. 7-3, Eastern Kentucky leads it in the early going. After the missed layup, but the foul, it's Jalen Bab Harrison to the line to shoot two. Colonel's only shooting 33% from downtown. As he hits the first free throw, now 8-3, but Idaho State just 33% from the field. In the early going, Bab Harrison digs in for the second. That one is also good. 2 for 2 from the line for that strip for Jalen Bab Harrison. As the Colonels will come out in a bit of a full court press here. Now the trap. Mochin almost has it stolen away. Kicks off his feet. Boyd trying to get it across and finally does. Has it tipped away and almost off of the Idaho State player who has just checked into the game. That's number 13, Novak Topolovic. Here's Boyd. Boyd trying to get around his screen, dribbles to the near side. Boyd looking for Topolovic inside, gets him at the low left block. Topolovic turns inside, goes up with the right hand and flips it in. Topolovic, a good inside move for Idaho State. It's now 9-5. Charles swings it across to Bab Harrison. Now Nick Mayo. Nick Mayo, who got the assist on the last possession, gets it to Bab Harrison, who flips it up and in. Give another assist to Nick Mayo. He's got two. Bab Harrison now with 9 of the Eastern Kentucky's 11. Here's Luscando inside. Missed one, but puts the miss back in. Right back, Idaho State comes. 11-7 now. 14:35 here first half. Here's Gist, who fires up a deep three. That one is off the rebound, tipped around and controlled by Topolovic. Topolovic flips up to Boyd, and back comes Idaho State. Gets right around Gist, goes up with a right hand, but a blocking foul called on McGlone. So that will be 2 free throws for Boyd and Idaho State with 14:21 left on the clock. It's McGloin's first foul. Only the second team foul for Eastern Kentucky as Boyd digs in. First free throw is off as Eastern Kentucky will sub in. That is number 4, Dylan Avar. Avar checks in for Gist. Gist will get a bit of a break here as Boyd's second free throw is up and good. 11-8 now, 3-point lead for Eastern Kentucky. Here's Avar. Swings it across to Charles. Charles on the far side, hands off to McGloin. McGloin almost has it stolen away by Luscando, and now a foul will be called on Boyd. It'll be the second team foul on Idaho State. First foul on Boyd. 14:08 left now on the clock, working for Eastern Kentucky. Bab Harrison. It's to McGloin up top. Now Nick Mayo at the elbow fires up a deep 2. That one rims off, and the rebound to Topolovic. Topolovic up to Boyd, and back comes Idaho State. There's Luscando. Now near side, Lennox has it tipped away, but no foul called against Eastern Kentucky. I believe it's going to go against Mayo. We'll see what the underneath official had. It will be against Mayo. That'll be Mayo's first, third team foul on Eastern Kentucky. Idaho State shooting now up to 50% as they've climbed back within 3. Here's Luscando inside, who puts it in. Good pass there on the inbound. Luscando now has 7. McGloin. Bab Harrison. Eastern Kentucky working it around the perimeter. Back to Bab Harrison. Bab Harrison takes a dribble, now stops, gets it back to McGloin. McGloin back to Bab Harrison, who fires up a 3. That one is off, and the rebound to Topolovic. That 2-3 zone doing exactly what Bill Evans wanted to do. Back comes Boyd, coast to coast. Rebound to Topolovic. And Idaho State will reset with a second chance opportunity here. There's Luscando. Luscando dribbling in on McGloin. Skip pass to Chavichin, who fires up a 3. Count it! Idaho State scores a 3, and that garners a quick timeout. from Dan McHale, and Idaho State has its first lead of the game, 13-11, with 13 minutes left on the clock here, first half. What an exciting early 7 minutes it's been here in Cancun. A little bit back and forth. Idaho State now climbing in. They're on an 8-0 run in the last minute. 40 here is Idaho State. A lot of that thanks to that defense. Bill Evans had dropped into that 2-3, and Eastern Kentucky electing to chuck up the threes. Have not hit them. They are just 1 for 5 from downtown Eastern Kentucky. It will be Colonel basketball underneath as Marion Adams has checked into the game for Eastern. Here's McGloin to Mayo. Mayo, skip pat. Bab Harrison fires up another three. That one is off the rebound, tipped around and controlled by Topolovic. Couple of opportunities there. Colonels couldn't buy the tip, and back comes Idaho State and Luscando. Luscando dribbles in on McGloin, and now all the way to the block and traveled first. It'll be another turnover. 5th turnover of the game for Idaho State. Just 2 for Eastern Kentucky. We mentioned in the top of the broadcast how very unlikely they would turn over a multitude of possessions. Here's McGloin now for 3 from downtown. That one is off. Chavichin with the rebound. Chavichin fires up to Boyd. Boyd hands off to Luscando as they reset here. Idaho State up 13-11. Just about 12 minutes to go here first half. Here's Boyd. Boyd trying to drive on Bab Harrison. Boyd with it. Gets the screen from Topolovic. Goes underneath. Kicks out. Good passing there. Chavichin gets a 3 off. That one rattles off. And now we're going to get a foul against Eastern Kentucky, which will keep the ball on that end of the court. 11:53 left to play here in Cancun in this second matchup. It is Idaho State 13, Eastern Kentucky 11. Bon Voyage DMC is the official transportation provider of the Cancun Challenge. Bon Voyage DMC offers a variety of high-quality services and takes away the stress of getting everywhere from conferences, meetings, to special events. Let Bon Voyage take care of your transportation needs the next time you visit the Riviera Maya. Welcome back here to Cancun as Idaho State on an 8-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 47 seconds to take the lead, 13-11 here with 11:53 left to play. First half, it will be Idaho State's ball underneath coming out of the media timeout. Boyd will inbound. Last 2 consecutive possessions, they had this same situation. Luscando got the basket underneath. Luscando will set the screen, curl around. They'll have to throw it out to Topolovic. Topolovic drops to Boyd, and the Idaho State offense resets. Here's Boyd. Boyd dribbling in on Bab Harrison behind his back. Step back, gets it to Luscando at the top of the key. Luscando guarded closely. Flips it to Chavichin. Chavichin to the corner and Mochin. Mochin back out. Skip pass around, finds Boyd in the corner for 3. That one is off, and Bab Harrison with the rebound. Harrison gets it to Adams. Adams has it stolen away by Boyd. Boyd back 2-on-2. Throws up with the right hand No call, says the official, and we're headed back the other way. Hackey comes with Avars. We're going to get a kick ball here. Dan McHale wants his defense a little bit more active, as well as his offense hanging on to the ball. Something that he prides himself in. 8 turnovers in the game. Now 3 of them from Eastern Kentucky. Charles inbound. Gets it to Gist, who's back in the game. Gist versus Boyd. Now Bab Harrison. Bab Harrison swings it back to Gist. Passing around the perimeter. They're trying to find Adams inside, but it's stolen away by Idaho State. That comes Boyd. Up to Luscando. Luscando fakes, gets to the key, now to the corner. Swing pass to Chavichin on the wing. Fires up a 3. That one is off, and the rebound to Bab Harrison. And Bab Harrison with it. Skip pass to the corner, and Gist, who fires up a 3. That one misses everything, and the rebound to Luscando. Luscando fakes the screen. Topolovic on the block. Topolovic back out to Chavichin, who fires up a 3. That one is good. Finally, someone is hit from downtown. 16-11 now. The score, Idaho State leads it with 10-16 left to play here first half. Here's Bab Harrison. Now Dishman, who's checked into the game. Inside to Adams on the block. Back out to Gist. Gist. Over to Avar. Avar back to Gist at the top. Back to Avar on the wing. Swinging it around, it finds Bab Harrison in the corner. Fires up a 3. That one rattles home. Jalen Bab Harrison, a friendly roll. Needed that 3. It's now 16-14, Idaho State. And now we're going to have an offensive foul on Topolovic, which will be a turnover, and give it back to Eastern Kentucky. It'll be Topolovic's first 4th team foul on Idaho State. So into the game will come Lennox for Topolovic. Here's Gist. Gist dribbles inside. Idaho State forces him back outside. Adams has it on the wing. They give it back to Gist. Gist has it stolen away by Luscando. One-on-one. Luscando Euro step to the basket and gets the layup. Pretty move by Luscando. Gino Luscando, the junior guard from Santiago, Chile. Here's Dishman. Dishman fires it back, has it stolen away by Luscando. Luscando is everywhere right now. They give it back to Chavichin. Fires a pass near side. It comes to Nakin. Luscando inside to Lennox. Kicks back out to Chavichin for a 3. That one is off, and the rebound to Dishman. Back come the Colonels. Gist gets around 1. Has it blocked by Lennox, and the rebound to Chavichin. Up and down the floor we go as finally we get a foul. It's going to be on the floor and a blocking call against Eastern Kentucky. It will go against number 4. That's Avar. It'll be Avar's first. 5th team foul on the home team, Eastern Kentucky. 18-14 is your score. 8:39 to play here first half. Here's Chavichin. Gets it to Boyd. Idaho State will set up shop now. Bab Harrison now Avar guarding Boyd. Chavichin at the far side wing fires up a 3. That one rattles home. Idaho State now up 21-14. They go inside to Charles, and Charles is fouled before he can make the bucket. It will go against Chavichin. Charles will dig in at the line. 2 for 2 are the Colonels this afternoon from the charity stripe. First free throw rattles off. Maybe an announcer's curse there as McGloin will check back in for Eastern Kentucky. And Robert Jones III will check in along with Mochin. No, they will allow Mochin now. Robert Jones the third in for the first time this afternoon. Charles will get one more free throw here. 8:14 left. First half. Idaho State up 21-14. Eastern Kentucky 4 turnovers in their last 6 minutes. They're just 1 of 9 from the field in that time. Here's Jones. Jones to Boyd. Boyd in Idaho State now with the lead at 6, 21-15. Boyd guarded by Gist. Flips it to Jones. Jones turns inside. Now the baseline. Skip to Luscando. Luscando goes inside to Lennox. Lennox back to Boyd. Boyd fires up a 3. That one is good. He was wide open. Boyd knocks down the 3, and the lead is 9, 24-15. Idaho State on top of Eastern Kentucky. 7:40 to play here. Avar fires up a deep 3. That one is off, and the rebound to Mochin. Mochin pushes it forward. Bill Evans wants to push. Here's Boyd. Boyd kicks back to Mochin, who fires up a 3. And that one, count it, Idaho State party a 3, and they're up 27-15. 17-18 left here, first half. Charles looking inside to Mayo. Mayo spins baseline and is fouled. Nick Mayo will head to the free throw line when we come back. 7:09 left to play here, first half. 27-15. Idaho State leads it. Fans, if you want to make sure your friends and family back home never forget you were in Mexico this November, check out the merchandise for sale in the concourse outside the arena. Show everyone that you attended the Cancun Challenge. You can also get some early Christmas shopping done at our merchandise tables if you're listening on the broadcast from around the hotel. Welcome back here to Cancun, the Hard Rock Hotel, Riviera Maya, just south of Playa del Carmen. As it is Eastern Kentucky and Idaho State. Bengals on top right now, 27-15. Nick Mayo to dig in at the line. Eastern Kentucky 3 for 4 from the free throw line right now as Nick Mayo misses the first one. 21 three-pointers have been shot in this game already. 10 from Eastern Kentucky, 11 from Idaho State. And the Bengals have knocked down 6 of them. That's the difference in this game. Their three-point shooting advantage as they are up now 16-27. Almost a turnover on the inbound there for Idaho State. Still Bengals basketball as Eastern Kentucky pressing. Mochin on the inbound. Does not have the baseline now after the made basket. A little bit of a discussion now on the shot clock. Right now it reads 15, should read 29, and there it is. 29 now on the shot clock. Mochin inbounding. Gets it. Inside, it's Keyshawn Liggins. There's Liggins. Skip back to Chavichin. Now Mochin inside to Lennox, flips it up. That one is missed, and the rebound to Gist. Gist gets past Boyd, flips to Mayo. Mayo underneath, using the basket as a shield. A nice move from Nick Mayo. It's now 18-27, Idaho State with the advantage. Liggins. Now Boyd. Chavichin. Mochin. Skip past Lennox. Has it stolen away by McGloin. McGloin looking to push to Avar. Mayo too far underneath. Avar looking for Nick Mayo, who has mastered most of the production from Eastern Kentucky in the last 5 minutes. Nonetheless, it's a turnover. Make it the 7th turnover of the ball game for Eastern Kentucky. Idaho State brings it across, but Charles steals it away. And they drop it back. It's still going to be Eastern Kentucky basketball. Sloppy play here in the last 30 seconds. Avar with it now, Charles. Charles to Gist. Gist on the far side wing. Gist with it. Gist up to Avar. Avar digs into Charles. Charles at the low block. Charles with it. Mayo at the top of the key. Now gives to Avar. Avar swings it around. Gist finds an open three-pointer. That one is off, and the rebound to Lennox. Back comes Idaho State with Boyd. Boyd has it poked away, and Avar will come up with it. They get it up to Mayo. Mayo goes inside, takes it right at his man, but misses the layup. Gets the rebound, puts it back up and in. Nick Mayo now with 5 points. And it's 27-20. 5:20 left to play here. First half, Idaho State with the lead and the ball. Here's Chavichin. Now to Boyd. Boyd kicks it out to Chavichin, but is fouled first. It will stay on the floor. We'll get a couple substitutions for both squads here. Adams and Bab Harrison will go in for Eastern Kentucky. Topolovich and Luscando will go in for Idaho State. It'll be Boyd to inbound underneath. As some more discussion. But everything is good now as we inbound to Topolovich. Topolovich at the baseline. Double foul now on the low block between Mayo and Topolovich. So Topolovich now with 2 fouls. Mayo will pick up his second as well. Lennox will check into the game for Topolovich, who just checked into the game. So he's going to have to sit on the bench with the foul trouble. Still be Idaho State basketball underneath. Now that double foul. Fans did not like it, but nonetheless. Here's Boyd. Boyd trying to find Chavichin and does, but just barely. They get it out to Luscando. Now Boyd. Boyd resets the offense with Adams guarding. Boyd now on the near side. Dribbles to the middle, gets right around Adams, lays it up and in. Quick change of directions and a turnover off the inbound. Adams throws it out too far for Gist. 8th turnover of the game for Eastern Kentucky. It's been a sloppy game for both teams. 9 turnovers for Idaho State. 29-20 now as Robert Jones III will check in for Luscando. Here's Boyd. Boyd in the Bengals with a fresh 24. I'll make that 30 now in the college game. Getting ahead of myself. Here's Chavichin. Across to Liggins. Liggins dribbles it around, loses the basketball out of bounds. Turnover, Idaho State. It'll be Eastern Kentucky basketball, so the original turnover, no harm, no foul for the Colonels. Here is Gist. Gist brings it across the timeline. McGlone with it, near side. Skip pass back to Gist. Back to McGlone, who fires up a three. That one is up, but a foul called on Idaho State. That's going to bring 3 free throws to McGlone. Foul's going to be on Robert Jones III. McGlone will dig in. Isaac McGlone, the 6'2 senior guard from Lancaster, Ohio, hits the first. 21-29 now the margin for Eastern Kentucky. Hits the second. Eastern is now 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Dishman checking in now for Eastern Kentucky as McGlone hits the third. 3 for 3 on that trip. 22-29. Here's Idaho State pushing forward. Liggins up and off, and the rebound to Adams. Push up to Bab Harrison. Bab Harrison stops at the three-point line, throws it over to Gist. Gist with it, gets it to McGlone. Gist working on him and is fouled. Foul's going to go against Idaho State with 3:44 to play. Bengals still with the lead, 29-23 here in Cancun. The Hard Rock Hotel Riviera Maya is an all-inclusive resort setting that eagerly awaits the chance to help you create memories that will last a lifetime. Comfort and luxury when you need it. Activity and exercise when you want it. We look forward to meeting your every expectation here at the Hard Rock Hotel Riviera Maya. Book your next vacation at hrhrivieramaya.com. Welcome back here to the Hard Rock Hotel Riviera Maya, the Yucatan Peninsula, the Cancun Challenge 2016, the second matchup of it. Idaho State leads 29-23. Sante Gist at the line. Free throw is up and good on the 1-and-1. He'll earn the second. Both fouls in the bonus. Both teams in the bonus at 3:44. 29-24. Lead was as much as 12 for Idaho State. Eastern Kentucky has brought it back to within 4. Idaho State gets the inbound, but it's off his fingertips. And another turnover. Make it 11 turnovers now for Idaho State. 5 turnovers in their last 4 minutes for the Bengals. Gist will have it on the near sideline. It's it into Dishman. Now to McGlone. Out to Gist. Gist over to Bab Harrison. Now back to Gist. Gist with it. Gist step back. Stops his dribble. Has to get it over to McGlone. Gives it right back. Gist fires up a 3 and hits from downtown. Asante Gist. And all of a sudden, the lead is 1 for Idaho State. Here's Luscando. They bring it across. Back to Luscando. He'll call the plays. Gets it over to Boyd. Boyd with the right hand. Attacks his defender. Pulls Idaho State back up by 3, 31-38. 3 minutes remaining here, first half. Here's Gist. Over to McGlone. McGlone back to Gist. Bab Harrison in the corner. Bab Harrison guarded by Luscando. Back to Gist. Fires up a 3. That one is long, and the rebound tipped around and controlled by Luscando. Luscando looking to push, almost coast to coast. Has it blocked. Gets his rebound. Puts it in with the left hand. Luscando now with 11 points, 4 rebounds. And give him an assist as well for the Santiago Chile native. There's McGlone. Over to Bab Harrison. Bab Harrison loses the ball off of Idaho State. As Avar will check in, along with Mayo for Eastern Kentucky. 2:18 left here first half. Bab Harrison inbounds to Gist. Gist, who's fired up 2 consecutive threes in the last 2 possessions. Gist with it. Over to Mayo. Now Bab Harrison fakes the 3, turns baseline, but traveled with the basketball. Another turnover for the Colonels, and it'll head back towards Idaho State's direction. Ninth turnover for Eastern Kentucky as Idaho State inbounds, working forward. And now commits the foul, sending Idaho State to the line. Garrity at the line, misses the free throw. Does not earn the bonus, and back comes Eastern Kentucky. Bab Harrison with it. Swings it across to Gist. Back to Harrison. To the block in Mayo. Mayo faces his defender. Gives it back to Bab Harrison. Fakes the 3 over to Gist. Gist fires up a 3. That one is long. And the rebound to Adams. Adams with the offensive rebound. Swings it back to Bab Harrison. Back to Mayo, who fires up a 3. And drills it. Nick Mayo from downtown. He now has 8 in the game as Boyd pushing forward for Idaho State. Sent out to Garrity. And that's a 3-point basket the other way. Eric Nakin knocks down the 3 for Idaho State. 36-31. Offense is heating up on both squads here in Cancun. Here's Mayo. Mayo inside to Adams, goes underneath and scoops it in. Adams now brings the Colonels back within 3. 33-36. Under a minute now to play first half. And a turnover by Idaho State. That is their 12th turnover of the half. Here's Gist. Gist will let it roll to the halfway line, picks it up, and the clock will start. 53 seconds remaining here first half. Gist trying to split his defender, still with it. Gets it all the way to Bab Harrison, who has it stolen away by Boyd. 2-on-1 if they want it. Boyd takes it by himself to the rim. 38-33. 10-second difference shot clock, game clock, as we're going to get a foul here from Boyd to send Bab Harrison to the free throw line. It is still 1-1 as that was the 9th team foul from Idaho State. Jalen Bab Harrison this afternoon, 12 points, 4 for 8 from the field, 2 for 6 from three-point land, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. They get 13 points as he hits the first free throw as Dishman will check in for Mayo. Mayo also has a good line in this first half. 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists in just 14 minutes. Bab Harrison digs in for his second, and that one rattles in. Give him 14 points now, and the lead is back to 3 for Idaho State. It's been as large as 12. Luscando has it, gets it up to Boyd, who brings it across the timeline. Will get the timeout called with 28 seconds on the game clock, 24 seconds on the shot clock. So we'll see what head coach Bill Evans draws up here for his team up 3. This has been a good one, folks. Just a 3-point game. Idaho State had stretched it out to 12, but they've brought it back in. Game has never been tied except for at the 0-0 mark in the first 54 seconds of the game when Eastern Kentucky hit that 3. Lead changed once and it flipped back to Idaho State, and they've led ever since the 12:35 mark of this first half. So Idaho State now on the near side sideline. Luscando to inbound. Out there with Boyd, Chavichin, and Lennox. Boyd will dribble here. As the shot clock wanes, they start their offense. Give it back to Boyd. Eastern Kentucky in a 2-3. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Now 5 with Boyd. Gets the screen. Offensive foul on Lennox. Another turnover before the half ends. That's 13 now on Idaho State. So Eastern Kentucky with 7.8 will get a shot to end the half here. Chitty brings it up, goes inside Bab Harrison, outside to Avar, through his hands. And that's how the half will end, on a turnover. It's been a turnover-heavy half already. 38-35. Idaho State leads Eastern Kentucky at the midway point. We'll be back here with another 20 minutes of basketball in Cancun. And welcome back to Cancun, Mexico in the Hard Rock Hotel Riviera Maya. Thomas Hoffman with you as we get ready to start the second half of play between Idaho State and Eastern Kentucky. The second matchup of 4 today at the Hard Rock. First matchup, Georgia State taking it against the New Jersey Institute of Technology. They await the winner of this matchup between Eastern Kentucky and Idaho State. Idaho State with the lead at the half, 38-35. Gino Luscando, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist in his 17 minutes. A big reason why they have the lead. But Nick Mayo and Jalen Bab Harrison, who have combined for 22 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists between themselves, have brought this back within 3. The lead was as large as 12 for Idaho State. They brought it back. A turnover ended the half, which really told the story of the first half, as there was 23 turnovers between these two squads, 13 from Idaho State, 10 from Eastern Kentucky. Idaho State will start with the ball to start the half. It will be Mochin, Boyd, Chavichin, Topolovich, and Luscando out there for the Bengals. Gist, Charles, McGlone, Mayo, and Bab Harrison out there for Eastern Kentucky. Here's Topolovich. Has it poked away, but fouled first by Gist. It's Gist's second foul. Obviously, first foul of the half for Eastern Kentucky, so it'll be Bengals ball underneath with just 10 seconds gone. Boyd to inbound. Boyd looking inside, kicks it all the way back to Mochin. Mochin back to Boyd. Boyd has it stolen away, and they get it up to McGlone. McGlone, one-on-one, goes up with the right hand. Has it blocked away. Dan McHale wants the foul call, and back come the Bengals, and Luscando traveled with the basketball before he started his move. So same story, different verse to start the second half. Couple of turnovers. Here's Gist. Back to Bab Harrison and Gist. Gist at the top. Idaho State sitting in that 2-3 zone. Here's Gist from way up top the key. That one rattles off, and the rebound to Charles. Charles earned the foul as he hit the deck hard. He is up, which is good to see. Topolovich gets his third foul, so already he has to sit on the bench. He is not happy as Bab Harrison fires up a 3. That one is short, and the rebound to Lennox, who checked in for him. Back comes Idaho State and Boyd. Boyd back to Lennox. Lennox swings to Luscando. Luscando on the near side wing. Takes a couple of dribbles and back out toward the logo to Boyd. Boyd with 15 on the shot clock gets it to Mochin. Mochin fires up a 3 and hits it. Eastern Kentucky now with the basketball. As Gist fires inside, misses Mayo, but it comes back out to Bab Harrison. Bab Harrison swings to McGlone. Up to Gist. Gist fires up a 3. That one misses everything and tipped out of bound by Mayo. Idaho State to inbound. Get it up to Lennox. Gets it to Boyd. Idaho State pushing forward now as guards Luscando. Luscando pump fakes, dribbles into the middle, gets out to Chavichin. Back out to Lennox. Lennox pump fakes back inside. Mochin goes up with the 2 hands off the window and in. Idaho State now out to an 8-point lead, 43-35. And it's tipped away by Boyd. He's all alone. Boyd will lay it up with the right hand. 2 minutes gone, and already the lead has stretched to 10. 45-35. Here's Bab Harrison back to Gist. To Mayo. Mayo turns inside, dishes to Charles, goes up, misses. The rebound is tipped down to Idaho State and Boyd. Boyd pushing, has it stolen away from behind, but Luscando has it, passes through the legs, and it gets to Chavichin. Impressive pass from Luscando. Not sure he meant to do that. Here's Boyd. Boyd gets around his defender, turns inside, is immediately fouled by Gist. Gist second foul of the half, third of the game. He will have to sit, so up off the bench comes Avar. Parker Chitty. Wholesale changes here as Marion Adams comes in along with Dishman. DeAndre Dishman. The only starter in there right now for Eastern Kentucky is Nick Mayo. Boyd to inbound. Boyd kicks all the way outside. Now back to Boyd on the wing. Chavichin. Back to Boyd. Looking Lennox on the block. Doesn't give it to him. Gives back to Chavichin up top. Luscando swings all the way back around. Mochin takes up a three. That one is off the rebound to Mayo. Kicks it up to Chitty. Chitty with it. Guarded by Boyd. Has it tipped and out of bounds. It will be Idaho State basketball. A turnover for Eastern Kentucky. They're 12th. We're back the other direction. 17:06 left in this one. Idaho State on top 45-35. Here's Boyd. Guarded by Chitty. Now to Chavichin. Mochin. Boyd. Back to Chavichin. Fires up a three. That one is off. And the rebound to Chitty. Inside to Dishman. Dishman, the recipient of the dish right there from Chitty. And we're back the other direction, 37-45. Idaho State, Luscando at the low post. Luscando backing down on Avar. Kicks back to Boyd. Back into Luscando. Gets around one and is fouled by Eastern Kentucky. 16:26 left to play, second half. Idaho State to inbound. Boyd underneath. Boyd kicks all the way back out to Luscando. They go inside of the low block. Kick back out. They're looking on the mismatch to Avar. They get it to Chavichin. Bengals trying to swing here. They get to Boyd. Dribbles inside and walked with the basketball. 16th turnover for Idaho State. Turnovers aplenty here in this one. Here's Chitty. Avar, Adams. Chitty on the wing inside to Mayo. Mayo flips it with the left hand and off the rebound. Still controlled by Mayo. And now he earns the foul. Nick Mayo gets it with 15:58 on the clock. And that will be the first break of this second half here as Idaho State with the early lead, 45-37. Steamboat Springs, Colorado is Ski Town, USA. Champagne powder awaits where the Rocky Mountains decorate the skyline with the most imposing and impressive views. For more information on the best skiing and dining and relaxing around, visit steamboat.com.
And Steamboat Springs, Colorado is Ski Town, USA. Champagne powder awaits where the Rocky Mountains decorate the skyline with the most imposing.
Welcome back here to Cancun, Mexico, as Idaho State. Eastern Kentucky at the line. Nick Mayo hits the first free throw. And the second. So 39-45 is your score with 15:58 left to play. Nick Mayo now with 10. Luscando dribbling through the defense. Double dribble, though, as he thought about a pass, but trying to put it on the deck, hit it with the left hand, and that will be the 17th turnover for Idaho State. So despite all these turnovers, they still have a 6-point lead. There's Avar, now Chitty. Adams, Dishman, inside to Mayo. Mayo goes up. That one misses. The rebound controlled by Luscando. Luscando looking to push. They bring it up to Chavichin. Chavichin fires a baseline jumper and hits it. Eastern Kentucky looking to push back the other way. Here's Chitty. Now Avar. Avar, Chitty fires from deep. Chitty, bang, bang from downtown. 42-47. Here's Luscando. Luscando to Chavichin. Now Boyd. Boyd got it by Chitty, has it tipped. Right to Lennox. Lennox comes near side to Boyd. Sets the screen. Boyd fires up a three. That one is good. Back-to-back three-pointers. Each team exchanging blows here. 50-42. 4:44 remaining here. And it's tipped away by Boyd. He brings it forward. Boyd goes up and is blocked. No, fouled by Chitty, says the official. And now he's corrected himself. It's just out of bounds. No foul call on Eastern Kentucky. Just Idaho State basketball underneath. Jalen Bam Harrison checks back into the game for Adams. Bam Harrison leads all scorers right now with 14 points. Also has 2 rebounds and an assist tonight. 19 minutes of basketball. Boyden to inbound. Get everything sorted away here. Here's Boyd. Kicks all the way back out to Chavichin. Chavichin dribbles in on Dishman. Now back out. 20 on the shot clock for Boyd. Boyd looking inside of Luscando. Luscando at the baseline. And now we're going to get a foul call. This one's going to go against Avar. He's asking for an explanation from the official. 14:24 on the clock. 50-42 is your score. Avar's 4th personal foul. 4th team foul. And they kick back out for Idaho State. Here's Chavichin. Now Boyd. Boyd on the near side wing. Chitty guarding. Lennox now. Comes near side to Boyd. Lennox sets the screen. They kick out to Chavichin, but he runs over his defender. Chitty is fired up as we head the other direction. Another turnover for Idaho State. Count goes up to 18 now on the afternoon, as Chavichin will have to sit. So here comes Eastern Kentucky. Chitty running the offense. There's Mayo. Skip pass. Bab Harrison fires up a 2, and that one goes down. Back comes Idaho State and Boyd. Boyd circulates to Luscando. Looking for Lennox underneath. They kick it out to Boyd. Now Mochin. Inside, tipped around and stolen by Mayo. Eastern Kentucky brings it forward. It's Bab Harrison who stops with it. Bab Harrison out of Mayo. Mayo, Chitty fires up from deep. That one's off, and the rebound to Idaho State. And they immediately get it back to Boyd. Boyd with the basketball. There's Lennox. Lennox at the top of the key. Throws it back to Boyd on the far side wing. Boyd trying to get the screen from Lennox. Goes around it. Has it tipped away. And now stolen. No foul. Foul's going to go against Eastern Kentucky and Chitty. That will drag Charles into the game as he comes in for Dishman. 5 team fouls now on Eastern Kentucky in the half. First foul on Chitty. Boyd underneath. Stolen away by Bab Harrison. 1-on-1. Bab Harrison goes up with the right hand off the window. Misses. Rebound tipped around and controlled by Lennox. Lennox up to a streaking Luscando. Luscando has it tipped down by Avar. That will stop the clock and the fast break with 12:42 on the clock. Robert Jones III off the bench. Idaho State inbounding. They kick it all the way out, but it's tipped by Eastern Kentucky. Another turnover. As we head back with a 6-point deficit in Eastern Kentucky, Chitty gets to Avar. Avar fires up a deep three, and that one is drained. Avar from way downtown brings the Colonels within 3. Charles bumps Luscando. We're going to get another foul. That's the 6th. One more, and the Bengals are in the bonus with 12:20 on the clock. So Idaho State reset shop. Ace Garrity. Inside Luscando. Luscando at the top of the key. Has it stolen away by Mayo. Mayo gets it up to Chitty. Chitty trying to go coast to coast. Kicks out to Bab Harrison, who fires up a 3. That one is short. And the rebound to Luscando. Luscando looking to go back now. And it's tripped up by Chitty. So that's going to be a foul. And now all of a sudden we're shooting free throws. As Topolovic pops up off the bench. 11:54 remains here in the game. Idaho State clinging to a 3-point lead, 50-47 here in Cancun. Triple Crown Sports and the Cancun Challenge would like to say thank you to all the fans, players, and coaches who contributed to the Seaside Rotary Charities programs, the KKIS Schools Supplies Initiative, and the Kicks for Kids shoe program. The contributions will directly benefit hundreds of local children, making it easy for them to stay safe and stay in school. For more information, go to playaseasiderotary.org. Welcome back to Cancun as Idaho State heads to the line. It's Gino Luscando after the foul. Luscando with 11 points, his first trip to the line on the 1-and-1. First one is up and good. Give him 12 points now. Seven fouls on Eastern Kentucky with 11:54 still on the clock. Be a big difference in this game down the stretch. Luscando hits the second. 52-47 is your score. Eastern Kentucky down by as much as 12. Gets it to Avar in the corner. Fires up a three. 2 for 2 in the half is Avar. And Eastern Kentucky's within 2. Pulling the full court press here. Here's Garrity in, has it blocked. He wanted the foul call, but back comes Eastern Kentucky and Chitty. Avar fires up another three. That one is short. The rebound tipped almost by Nick Mayo. And the rebound to Topolovic. Credit him the rebound, but not the score for Nick Mayo. And back comes Garrity and the Bengals. Garrity in, gets the screen from Topolovic. Garrity finds Topolovic inside. Little jump hook with the right hand off the window and in. Nice touch there from Topolovic. Here's Chitty. Bab Harrison. Mayo at the wing. Kick back to Chitty from downtown. That one is off, and the rebound to Topolovic. Luscando looking to push. Luscando back for the Bengals. Kicks out. It's a three-pointer by Mochin. That one is good, and a foul called on the rebound. See who it goes against. Three-point basket is good, making it 57-50. Foul's going to go against Eastern Kentucky. So that will send Topolovic to the line with the 1-and-1. So a chance for a 5-point possession now, as Jones will check in along with Mochin. Novak Topolovic heads to the free throw line. The 7-foot center from Serbia hits the first free throw, extending the lead to 8, 58-50. 10:35 left in this one. Second free throw is off. Bab Harrison grabs it. Eastern wants to push. They get up to Avar. Stolen away by Luscando, but he throws it right back to Charles. Charles gets it up to Bab Harrison. Little 4-on-2. A jumper from Bab Harrison is good from the top of the key. Eastern Kentucky now shooting 31% in the half. 35% in the game. Here's Boyd. Boyd to start the offense. Boyd swings to Mochin. Now Luscando. Luscando dribbles inside, has it tipped and stolen away by Eastern Kentucky. Gist had it, now stolen back by Luscando. Is bumped off the window. That's going to be a shooting foul. It's going to go against Gist. That's his fourth. Dangerous moments here for the Colonels as Gist, who's been the orchestrator of their offense, their captain at the point guard position, sends Luscando to the line. Luscando misses the first. Working on a productive afternoon, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, as Adams and McGloin check in for Eastern Kentucky. McGloin heads in as Luscando hits the second. We get a bit of a reset here. 59-52 is the margin with 9:48 on the clock. I think the question from Eastern Kentucky is how many fouls does Gist have? Official stats have him for 4, along with Avar. Both of them have 4. He's going to have to be careful here and go the rest of the distance without committing the foul. So now both teams have been instructed to go to their benches as we sort this one out. And we'll take a break here in Cancun as Idaho State leads it 58-52 at the Hard Rock. Welcome back to Cancun. Everything's sorted out. It was Gist's 4th foul. As we'll get Eastern Kentucky ball at the far side baseline. Gist will grab it with those 4 fouls. 9:44 in the clock working for Eastern Kentucky as McGlone back to Gist. Gist guarded by Mochin. They get it up to Adams. Adams has it stolen away by Jones. Jones gets it up to Boyd. Boyd falls on the deck. And let's see what the call is. A jump ball, says the official. Possession arrow in favor of Eastern Kentucky, so it's going to be a turnover. Foul's going to be on Chitty. That's his 4th foul. Back comes Eastern Kentucky. Here's McGlone. Inside to Adams. Turns inside, off with the left hand. And in 54-59, 5-point ball game, 9:07 to play. Here's Boyd. Boyd looking inside to Jones. Jones turns on the baseline, faces his defender, skip pass. Mochin fires up a 3. That one looks off and is, and the rebound to Dishman. Dishman gets it up to Bab Harrison, turns and spins, moves up floor on Mochin. Kicks to Chitty. Chitty. As the Idaho defense sets into their 2-3 zone, they get to Bab Harrison. Bab inside Adams. Adams takes it right at Topolovich and is fouled. Idaho State cannot believe it. But that's 4 on Topolovich. It'll send Eastern Kentucky to the line. And Adams in a 5-point ball game. Idaho State has led the majority of the way. 23 minutes, in fact. As Adams cans the first free throw off the friendly roll, Lennox will check in. Adams digs in for his second. Topolovich back to the bench. Adams misses the second, but the rebound to Bab Harrison, who puts it up and in. The rebound and the score give him 20 now in the ball game, leads all scorers. And Idaho State throws it away off the inbound. "25 turnovers for the Bengals tonight. And the lead is now 2. Eastern Kentucky a chance to tie or take the lead. Here's Chitty. Kick out Bab Harrison for the lead. No! And the rebound to Lennox. Again out to Boyd. Boyd pushing forward Luscando. Luscando to Jones. Jones kicking in out to Boyd. Boyd turns in, has it tipped out of bounds and into the stands. Here at the Convention Center Ballroom, 7:57 to play. Eastern Kentucky fans giving their home team a hand as they have brought it within 2. We'll be back here with Idaho State leading by 2, 59-57. $7:57 to go here in Cancun in the second matchup of 4 this afternoon. Idaho State looking to join Georgia State in the final tomorrow. Jones to inbound. Into Lennox. Now Jones. Jones tries to turn. They get out to Luscando. Luscando to Boyd. Boyd with 8 on the shot clock. Boyd, fadeaway jumper is short in the rebound. Tipped around. Foul on Jones, and it's going to go back the other direction. Only the 5th team foul in the half on Idaho State. Eastern Kentucky basketball. Chitty bringing it up. 7:37 and the clock working. Chitty stops. Kicks it back out to Bab Harrison. Now Adams. Swings it to McGlone. McGlone with it to Bab Harrison. Drives on his defender. Now Dishman throws it up with a right-handed in. Tie ball game. 59-59. Lennox grabs the inbound. Jones has it. Jones stops at the timeline. Throws it across to Lennox. Lennox out to Boyd. Boyd. Chavichin. Al Boyd. Luscando swings around the perimeter to Jones. Jones drives in on Adams, throws one up and is fouled. They're going to call the foul from behind on Adams. It's going to be his second. It'll be the 10th team foul, so 2 free throws the rest of the way for Idaho State with 6:55 on the clock. Jones digs in at the free throw line. First one is up and good. Jones' first free throw. 8 points, make it 9 now for Jones. 2 rebounds, an assist. Once again, the lead for Idaho State, as he stretches it to 2 with the second free throw. McGlone to bring it across for Eastern Kentucky. Gets to Mayo at the elbow. Mayo drives on Luscando, who steals it away. Luscando is bumped. It's stolen right back by Eastern Kentucky. Up to Bab Harrison. Bounce pass to Adams is up and in. Eastern Kentucky takes his first lead in 25 minutes. 60. Correction, the ball game's tied now, 61-61. Got ahead of myself. Second tie of the ball game. Chavichin fires up a deep 3. That one rattles off, tipped around and controlled by Adams. 6:10 in the clock working for Eastern Kentucky. McGlone drives in on Boyd, has it tipped away. Bab Harrison picks it up. Stops his dribble in the corner, though. Has to kick it out to Avar. Gets it to McGlone. McGlone, little floater off the window is short, and the rebound controlled by Adams, who throws one up. That one's off the window and gets it to Jones. Idaho State working back. 5:40 now. Luscando. Back to Jones. Chavichin. Inside to Lennox. Lennox out to Boyd. Boyd guarded closely by Bab Harrison. Gets the screen from Lennox. Dribbles around his defender, but it's stolen by McGlone. Another Idaho State turnover. Eastern Kentucky looking to take the lead. Tipped out of bounds by Jones. 5:08 left here on the clock as Topolovic checks back in with his 4 fouls. So Topolovic and Jones both out there with 4 fouls. There's McGlone to Avar. Avar skip pass stolen away by Luscando. Luscando driving forward, takes it by himself, but is fouled by McGlone. It's going to be 2 free throws either way. 3rd foul on McGlone. Luscando on the afternoon, 3 for 4 from the charity stripe. 14 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. As his first free throw is short. Charles will check back in along with Nacken. Score still tied at 61. Luscando misses the second free throw. Bab Harrison with the rebound. His 5th of the afternoon. Under 5 to play now as Bab Harrison has it on the wing. Bab Harrison still with it. Now to Mayo. Mayo turns. Bab Harrison working around the perimeter. McGlone fires up a 3 and cans it. 64-61. Eastern Kentucky takes the lead. Second lead change of the afternoon. Idaho State with it. Topolovic. To Boyd. Boyd dribbles it out, gets to Chavichin. Back to Boyd. 6 on the shot clock. Driving into the middle, up with the right hand and in. The layup for Boyd. 4:05 in the clock working for McGlone and the Colonels. Here's Bab Harrison. Over to Avar. Avar guarded by Luscando. Takes a dribble against McGlone. Near side, Bab Harrison fires up a 3. That one is off, and the rebound to Luscando. Luscando dribbling forward. Bounce pass to Boyd. Goes up, misses the lay-in. The foul's going to be on the floor, but 2 free throws as Idaho State's in the double bonus. But with 3:41 on the clock, it's Idaho State 63, Eastern Kentucky 64. Log into your social media accounts and join in on the conversation about your team at the Cancun Challenge. Give the fans back home a real-time perspective about the game. Use the hashtag CancunHoops for the latest tournament news, notes, photos, and information. Follow the Cancun Challenge on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Fans who log into your social media accounts and join in the conversation about your team at the Cancun.
Welcome back to Cancun, Mexico, as Novak Topulovic digs in at the line, trying to take the lead back for the Idaho State Bengals. His first free throw is up and good, 64-64. 3:41 left here. Both teams trying to join Georgia State in the final of this division. Topulovic banks in the second free throw. So once again, the lead for Idaho State, it's been as large as 12. Avar thinks about a three. They give it out to Mayo. They swing it around Bab Harrison. Now Charles. Charles takes it right at his defender, gets his own rebound, goes up again and is fouled. Let's see who they call it on. Is it Jones or is it Topulovic? It is Jones, so Topulovic will stay in the ball game. Five fouls on Jones. Jones will have to come out of the ball game. Lennox will hop up off the bench to head in for Jones. So 3:24, 65-64 is your score. Charles at the line. 1 for 2 from the free throw line is Charles. On the afternoon, Idaho State, 28 turnovers in this game. Charles cans the first free throw to tie the game at 65. As a team, Eastern Kentucky, 15 of 18. Charles gets another. Settles in. That one is off, but the rebound controlled by Avar. Gets out to McGlone. Tie ball game at 65. Trying to go inside, tipped around and stolen by Luscando. Up to Boyd, who throws it away. 27th turnover for Idaho State. And 3:09 on the clock. Back comes McGlone and the Eastern Kentucky Colonels. Inside to Mayo, off the window and in. A strong move from Nick Mayo. He now has 12 to go along with his 7 rebounds. Inside, stolen away by Mayo. Mayo leading the charge, coming back. Euro step off the window and in. Look at the big man running the floor with a fast break. 2:34 to play, 69-65. Eastern Kentucky leads as it's swiped out of bounds by Mayo. It'll be Bengals ball underneath. Luscando to inbound. Luscando looking for Topolovic, who gets it off the window. Get it across to Eastern Kentucky. Mayo fakes a three in the corner, takes a baseline jumper. That one's off the rebound. Tipped around, controlled by Luscando. Luscando halts his fast break, and they get it to Boyd. Boyd over to Chavichin. Now to Topolovic. Topolovic spins baseline, is stopped, throws it off the window, off, but Luscando the rebound and the tip in. 69-69. 1:44 to play here in Cancun. Here's Bab Harrison, the top of McGloin and Mayo. Mayo skip past Bab Harrison, fakes a three, drives inside, drop pass to Charles. Charles goes up with it, has it pancaked. It'll be a jump ball. Possession error will be in favor of Idaho State with 1:31 on the clock. Be another turnover for Eastern Kentucky. That makes the 49th turnover in the ballgame between both of these clubs. 30 for Idaho State, 19 for Eastern Kentucky. And with that timeout, we get another media break here with 1:31 on the clock. The Cancun Challenge often provides an early look at teams that leave a definite mark on the men's college basketball scene. In 2009, Kentucky brought a roster that eventually saw 8 players become draft choices in the NBA. For those players went in the first round of the 2010 NBA draft. Also, 2 teams won the Cancun Challenge. Wichita State in 2012 and Wisconsin in 2013 went on to play in the NCAA tournament's Final Four. Welcome back here to the Hard Rock Hotel Riviera Maya in Cancun, Mexico. 69 apiece. Idaho State and Eastern Kentucky. Idaho State with the ball with a full court pressure from the Colonels. Here's Boyd. Boyd gets it to Lennox. Lennox back to Boyd. They get it across the timeline. Skip pass stolen almost away by Eastern Kentucky. I thought Bab Harrison might have grabbed the steal there, but he tipped it out of bounds. 19 on the clock for Idaho State. It'll be Luscando to inbound. Luscando to Topolovic. Topolovic turns inside, spins back outside. Now Luscando. Luscando at the baseline, gives it back to Boyd. Boyd will reset with 10. Boyd guarded by McGlone. Boyd dribbling right, Hands to Luscando. Luscando fires up a three, hits the deck. That one's off. The rebound tipped out of bounds by Eastern Kentucky. So it will stay Idaho State basketball with a fresh shot clock with 1:02 left to play in this one. Toplovich grabs the inbound. Now Luscando. Luscando dribbles out. They got the switch. Mayo now guarding. Luscando wants the mismatch. They want the ISO with Mayo. Here's Luscando. Gets right around Mayo. Goes to the rim and scores. 71-69. Idaho State with the lead momentarily. We're going to get a timeout call. This one by Dan McHale and Eastern Kentucky with 40.8 seconds left in the ball game. Gino Luscando now has 18 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists in his 36 minutes of basketball. He's just 2 points shy of the game high right now with Jalen Bab Harrison, who has 20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. 30 turnovers for Idaho State, but they're on a 6-0 run in the last minute 43 to take the lead back 71-69. They will play defense here. 40.8 seconds. 25 on the shot clock. And here we go. McGlone with it, guarded by Boyd. McGlone stops his dribble, gives it to Avar. Avar dribbling, gives it to Bab Harrison. Bab Harrison on the far wing, back to Avar. Bab Harrison fires up a three. That one is short. The rebound controlled by Eastern Kentucky and Charles, and another timeout called. So the offensive rebound by Charles. Now 22.5 on the clock. And the shot clock is now off. This timeout will go full. Charles with 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 4 points. In there as Gist has missed the majority of this second half after 4 fouls. 3 of them quick here in the second half. Idaho State shooting 55% from the field. 53% from three-point land. They are 10 of 19. And that is the minuscule difference right now. As they are 10 of 19. Eastern Kentucky 8 of 29. Just 28%. 29 of 53 in the field as a total. Lead has been tied 5 times. Most of it in the last 5 minutes. It's changed 5 times as we've gone back and forth. 22.5 on the clock. What has McHale drawn up for his team? Avar to inbound, out to McGlone, back to Avar. Avar looking at Charles, they give it to McGlone. McGlone back to Avar on the wing. Avar fires up a deep three. That one's off the rebound, out of bounds, off of Idaho State. Bill Evans can't believe it. 11.8 on the clock. So let's reset again. McGlone to inbound. Bab Harrison has been the hot hand, but Avar has it now. They look inside to Mayo. Spins on his defender. Off the window and in with 6.6 seconds. Here comes Boyd. Boyd drilling across the timeline. Gets the screen. Has to throw it up. No call with 0.6 seconds. Still time on the clock. As we'll get a timeout here. 0.4 on the clock. And we'll take a break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 0.4 seconds on the clock. This one is close. Boyd will inbound Idaho State with a last chance opportunity to win this one and face Georgia State in the final tomorrow. Boyd looking inside, has it stolen away, and it'll be 5 more minutes of basketball to come from Cancun. The 31st turnover of Idaho State ends this one, and it's befitting. We ended the first half with a turnover. We might as well end the second. So we'll be back here from Cancun with 5 more minutes of basketball. We're headed to overtime between Idaho State and Eastern Kentucky. A fresh 5 minutes on the clock, 71-71. It was close all afternoon long, and no wonder we're going to have 5 extra minutes. Free basketball here in Cancun. Topolovich takes the jump, but it's to Mayo and the Eastern Kentucky Colonels. So McGlone with it, guarded by Luscando. Turns to his right, gets the screen from Mayo, stops his dribble, gives it to Mayo, and travels with the basketball. Made a good move, but official called the travel, and we'll head back the other direction for Idaho State. Boyd with it. Boyd brings it across the timeline. They get to McGlone. McGlone dribbles in, Luscando. Luscando back out to Chavichin. Chavichin back to Boyd. Boyd guarded closely with 8. Dribbles in, kicks back. Luscando for 3. That one is short. The rebound finds Toplovich. Give it back to Boyd. New shot clock here for Idaho State. Get it out to Lennox. Lennox guarded by Charles. Boyd with it, guarded by McGlone. Boyd takes the fadeaway jumper. That one's long, and the rebound to Mayo. 3:56 in the clock working for Eastern Kentucky. No score here in the overtime. Here's McGlone, kicks out. Bab Harrison. Now Mayo fires up a 3, and it rattles home. Nick Mayo now with 19 points in this game, 9 rebounds. He's a rebound shy of a double-double. They go inside to Toplovich. Back out, Boyd wide open for 3 and cans it. Back-to-back 3-point punches, 74 apiece. And here are the Colonels. McGlone. McGlone. Back to Bab Harrison. Bab Harrison to Mayo. Mayo thought about the 3, dribbles in on Luscando, is bumped a little bit, gets it to Bab Harrison, who also thought about the 3, dribbles inside, kicks to Avar. Avar in the corner, 3 ball. Avar now with 9. Back comes Idaho State. Lennox back to Boyd, 2:50 left in the overtime period. They get to Toplovich. Toplovich back to Boyd, guarded by McGlone. Toplovich makes a move on Mayo. Kick out, fake pass by Luscando. Now Chavichin, step back, get it to Boyd. Boyd, step back 3. That one is good. 77 apiece now with 2:27 in the clock working. What a game this has turned out to be. McGlone back to Avar. McGlone steps forward, takes a 3. You bet it. McGlone gives the Colonels a lead 80-77. This overtime period is a 3-point barrage as we go forward with Boyd. Now to Toplovich. Toplovich back to Boyd. Boyd guarded by McGlone, dribbles right and gets the ball back. Takes another three, is fouled. Didn't get it, but he'll get the chance to earn it at the line. 1:56 in the clock. Foul's going to be on McGlone. It's going to be his 4th foul. Boyd will head to the line. He now has a game-high 23 pending the free throws. Idaho State down 3. Boyd hits the first. Boyd settles in for the second. He cans it. He's 3 for 4 from the line this afternoon. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, to tune in. Just about an hour, less than an hour now. Texas Tech and Auburn as Boyd's 3rd free throw rattles out. Here's McGlone with a 1-point lead. Purdue and Utah State also to come later. 80-79, Eastern Kentucky with it. Avar fires up a 3. It rattles home. Avar with 6 in the overtime period. 83-79. 1:32 left to play. Here's Toplovich. Toplovich asking Boyd to come over. Gives it to him. Boyd fires up a 3. That one is off, and the rebound to Bab Harrison. Bab Harrison swings it to McGlone, and Eastern Kentucky has an opportunity to seal it here with 1:13. Bab Harrison. McGlone. Guarded by Lennox. McGlone dribbles out. 10 on the shot clock into Mayo. Mayo fakes the pass down low out to the elbow. Swing it to Bab Harrison in the corner. Short. Rebound. Mayo up and in on the tip-in. Mayo now has 21 and 10. They get it inside to Toplovich. Has it stolen away, but a foul called. 45 seconds to play. A little life in the arena. Toplovich will go to the line to shoot 2. First free throw is good. 85-80 is your score. We're going to get a timeout call. This one from Eastern Kentucky. It looks as if Idaho State's free throws may come back to hurt them. Turnovers. 30 turnovers in the game for the Bengals. That's been converted into 32 points from Eastern Kentucky. 14 second-hand chance points from the Colonels. And 21 assists to go along with their 17 steals. Lead has changed 6 times. It's been tied 8. Idaho State led the majority of this game, in fact, 26 and a half minutes compared to just 10 and a half from Eastern Kentucky. We've got another 45 seconds before this one is over. First overtime game of the tournament. As this is the second matchup of 4 today in Cancun. 4 today, 4 tomorrow. Before the women's tournament begins on Thursday. Bill Evans a chance to draw up some consecutive plays here. Needs 5 points in the final minute. Looking to get one more from Toplovich. Toplovich, 4 for 5 from the free throw line. And the rebound to Charles. Charles grabs the rebound and is fouled. Charles will head to the line. Charles say just 4 points, 2 for 4 from the free throw line, but 5 rebounds. As Nakin will check in. For Toplovich, who committed the foul, that was his 5th. Second Idaho State player, rather, to foul out. Charles digs in. First free throw is good. 86-80 now the margin for Eastern Kentucky. Charles' second free throw is up and good. Back comes Idaho State, needing a score and a stop. Here's a three-point bucket that's off. Charles with the rebound and a quick foul by Chavichin, and that will just about seal it for Eastern Kentucky. Opportunity to make it a deep three-point possession. 9 points would make it a three-possession ball game. It already sits there at 7. Charles with 2 more free throws. First one is up and good. 7 points now for Charles. Story in this one has been Nick Mayo. 21 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. 34 minutes of basketball. Charles hits the second one. Boyd grabs it. They bring it up the floor with 33 on the clock. Garrity pulls. That one is off, and the rebound to Charles. Charles is fouled once again at 89-80. Most likely, Idaho State will wave the white flag. With 28 seconds now on the clock. Bab Harrison with 20 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Charles cans the second. It's a good night for Boyd, 25 points, couple of assists. Luscando, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. But it was 30 turnovers. That was too much for Idaho State as they bring it forward. Boyd with it. Chavichin fires the three. That one is off. The rebound tipped by Luscando. Up and in. 17 on the clock, and a timeout called by Idaho State. Really just extending the inevitable at this point. 17-7 on the clock. Idaho State led the majority of this game. Despite all those tournaments, was their barrage of three-point shooting. 12 of 26 in this one was Idaho State. 46% from deep. But again, those turnovers, points off turnovers, Eastern Kentucky turning those quickly into points. It'll be Eastern Kentucky basketball coming out of the timeout underneath. Made baskets, so they'll have the baseline. Full court pressure from Idaho State. I imagine if they don't get the steal. So no steal, and it looks like no foul. That will be it as Avar dribbles into the corner. They get it to Bab Harrison with 9 on the clock. He dribbles forward, and that will do it, folks. Eastern Kentucky has knocked off Idaho State. They will play Georgia State tomorrow for the finals in this division. Again, Nick Mayo, my player of the game, with 21 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 8 of 16 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 2 of 2 from downtown. It was a barrage of three-point shooting to open up the overtime period, and it's just too much. 20 points in 5 minutes did Eastern Kentucky score. Nonetheless, the Colonels take it in this one. We'll see both of these teams back tomorrow. And for now, it'll be Auburn getting ready to go against Texas Tech. That game is on the CBS Sports Network. Find a TV somewhere. Tune in. Thad Anderson, Doug Gottlieb with a call. That is it from Cancun. Thomas Hoffman saying good afternoon, good evening, and good night.